Hey everybody, it's Brad Ross here from MakeMagicMoney.com and welcome to Rocket Launch Your Magic Business. I am truly ecstatic to welcome each and every one of you here tonight to our webinar. We have got so much content to cover tonight. I am just going to plow through this information because I just want to over-deliver to everyone. I just want to start out by saying thank you, a really big thank you for being on here with us this evening. It really is a privilege and a pleasure to be sharing and teaching you this evening. I believe that I've been given a lot of wonderful things in my life as a part of the magic community and this brother and sisterhood that we have, and therefore I really enjoy giving back to our community and having webinars like this. It's my way to give back. I'm not a great magic inventor or idea man when it comes to the technical and the skillful aspects of creating magic and creating tricks, but marketing is my forte, and that is why I love sharing it with all of you guys. And so we've got a lot of great stuff to cover this evening. Before we get started, I want to let you know that tonight's webinar is brought to you by It Factor Live, the ultimate hands-on transformational how to create big-time profits for your business workshop and boot camp, now in its third year, coming at you this November 6th through 8th, 2013 in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. We are down to the final 10 seats remaining. We keep It Factor Live a very small group of magicians and entertainers, small business owners, a limit of 25 people only, because we want to create a really exclusive hands-on atmosphere as we've done in the past couple of years. And if you are truly looking to take your career to another level, if you're truly looking to grow your business, to expand your life and really reap the rewards, I invite you to check it out at itfactorlive.com. You'll get to hear from our past attendees. You'll get to see what our lineup is coming up for this November, and all of those details, and all the information, again, is there at itfactorlive.com, and you will get to join an elite group of cutting-edge professionals within our industry who are like-minded, who really define the quality of the mastermind group. And I invite you again to check all the information out there at www.itfactorlive.com. Moving right along this evening, I realize that we have actually several people on here who are brand new, who had come to us tonight on this webinar from Facebook. So you might not be familiar with my story, so I'm going to kind of give you a quick little short version of who I am and what I do. I started out in magic as a kid at the tender age of 5 years old. I had a magician perform at my birthday party here in my home state of New Jersey, where I still live today. And I got bitten by the magic bug at 5. It was an incredible experience to have that magician perform at my birthday party, show me that anything was possible, even possible for me to make a live bunny rabbit appear. There's little Brad with pulling the rabbit out of the top hat there in my basement. I continued doing magic. I took magic classes after school at the local Jewish Community Center in Scotch Plains, New Jersey, and magic became my life. I watched countless television specials, David Copperfield, Siegfried and Roy, Lance Burton, and I just devoured myself into the world of magic, dreaming of someday getting to become a professional magician, being able to make money doing magic. Although people told me I couldn't do that and it was impossible to make a living as a professional magician, I didn't want to believe that. I truly believed that if I followed my dreams with all my heart and soul, I would be able to accomplish it. And I did. At the age of 13, I started doing kids' birthday parties, and between the ages of 13 and my early 20s, I ruled the birthday party market in my home state of New Jersey, doing literally hundreds of shows each year. There I am, as you can see, being the king of the birthday market in New Jersey, and I loved it. It was certainly a dream come true at that point to make money doing magic and put myself through college and be able to support myself and be able to buy my own townhouse at the age of 23 after graduating college with the money that I had made from all the years doing kids' birthday parties when everyone told me that I couldn't do it. But I continued doing that, and each step of the way in my career, when I had a dream, whatever the next step was, I always always looked forward to taking it. After I dominated the birthday party market, I went into work in schools, daycares, and summer camps. I worked in the corporate market. I chose to pursue that. And each step of the way, as I would accomplish a goal, I would put that, kind of check that off my magical bucket list, if you were to speak like that. I wanted to work the theme park industry, and in 2003, 10 years ago, this summer, I booked my first theme park, Six Flags Great Adventure in Jackson, New Jersey, and it was a very poignant time for me, because 10 years ago, at the age of 23, in 2003, it was 10 years prior to that, in 1993, that I had seen my first Las Vegas magic show, Lance Burton, and I had visited Las Vegas and really gotten bit by the magic bug on the big scale, and I made the commitment to myself in 1993 that I truly wanted to become an illusionist, and I was going to stop at nothing to accomplish that. Well, 10 years later, I was able to see that dream come true, and there I was on stage at Six Flags, performing in an 1,100-seat theater, performing the same illusions that I saw Siegfried and Roy and Lance Burton do on stage, and it really was a dream come true. I wanted to tackle the cruise ship market, which I did, and I worked with cruise lines like Carnival and Holland America, and another dream come true, something to check off the list of something I wanted to accomplish. And my dream really came true when I wanted to tour and perform around the world, when I was hired by Disney Live Presents Mickey's Magic Show, produced by Feld Entertainment, the producers of Ringling Brothers Circus, Disney on Ice, and the new brand of Disney Live, which was just starting back then. And in 2005, I signed my very first contract to tour the world as the star of Disney Live Presents Mickey's Magic Show, performing alongside the world-famous Disney characters. And it was a truly life-altering and life-changing experience that I will forever be grateful for. The reason I share all of this with you this evening, everyone, is that dreams do come true. No matter what anyone tells you, no matter what people give you in terms of negativity, and teach you that you can't do what you want to do, or there's too many obstacles in the way of what you want to do. I poo-poo that. I say that's negative. That's not the way I've lived my life. That's not the career that I've built. I have built a career based on my dreams. I've built a career because I said I was going to do something when everyone else said I couldn't do it. When there I was as a 23-year-old skinny kid from New Jersey, fresh out of college in Las Vegas, buying illusions and getting ready to hire Joni Spina. There's Joni on the right there, and one of the dancers from the Siegfried and Roy show on the left, working with them, producing my own demo video, renting a trailer to haul my illusions back and forth to a theater in Vegas to shoot my first demo video. When everyone said I couldn't do it, there were people that believed in me. I sought out the help of people who were already doing what I wanted to be doing. I sought out the help of professionals like Joni Spina to direct, to choreograph, and help me get to the next level. And that's what it's all about, taking yourself to the next level. And we're going to be exploring that a lot here this evening. Now, before we get started, I want to share one of my favorite quotes with you. Our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. Marianne Williamson. Our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that what if our dreams really do come true? What if we do accomplish it? How will we be able to handle that? I want you to think about that, because usually we are the self-sabotage of our own dreams, of our own destiny. We are the people that stop our dreams from coming true by making up excuses. We are the people that stand in our way. Tonight, I want you to forget about that. Tonight is all about you getting results. It's about you taking a hard look at where you are in your business, in your life, and deciding if you are committed to making a change or changes. And in the case that you are, you will discover the secret of commitment. We are talking about being committed to your dreams and your goals, folks. In the year 2013, the term commitment and the term convenience seem to have merged together in some way. People no longer have understanding of what commitment actually means. Everyone wants it now. We are the get it now society. Commitment is doing whatever is necessary to achieve desired results legally and with integrity. Commitment is showing up in your home office, at your computer, at the gym, at the meeting, etc., on time if not early, and willing and ready to meet the day's agenda. Commitment is the ability to stick with something during the best, the worst, and the in-between times. The secret of commitment? Well, as George Bernard Shaw pointed out many, many years ago, people are always blaming their circumstances for what they are. I don't believe in circumstances. The people who get on in this world are the people who get up and look for the circumstances they want. And if they can't find them, make them. George Bernard Shaw, from a play written in 1893, Mrs. Warren's Profession. A lot has changed in our world since 1893, more than 100 years. A lot has changed. If George Bernard Shaw was alive today, I think he would be pretty amazed at what has changed since back then. But what hasn't changed is this philosophy. Everyone wants to blame something else. Everyone wants to blame an external factor. Oh, the economy. I don't have enough money. People just don't book magic shows. Everything is going wrong in my life. I just can't seem to attract the right kind of customers. No one calls me. No one visits my website. I don't know how to do this. I don't know how to internet market. I don't understand social media. Everyone blames the circumstances. Again, as George points out, George and I are on a first name basis, circumstances don't exist. People who get on in this world are the people who get up and look for the circumstances they want. Nobody handed me a world tour with Disney. I created the circumstances that I have been able to accomplish, the goals, the dreams that I've seen come true in my life. They didn't just fall in my lap. It's not a matter of luck. It's a matter of being prepared when opportunity knocks, taking the right steps to do what you can to be prepared. Because, folks, I believe that opportunity will knock for everyone. However, if you're not ready when it knocks, you're not going to recognize it. Earlier today, in fact, late this morning, I posted on Facebook, and I asked for a question of the day, the number one reason people fall short of their goals and their dreams. Well, as you can see, there were a lot of responses. I think there were about 40 or 50 responses there. Lots of people had opinions, and actually people had some great ideas about, you can go onto my Facebook page and see exactly what people were typing in there, and a lot of them were really great responses. But money came up for a few people. Well, my friends, if you want something bad enough, there is always a way to get the money. Money is an excuse. It is a crutch that people use. Think about the countless people and the stories of people who beat the odds and found a way to live their dreams. It's possible you just haven't found your answer. If money is the only thing stopping you from achieving your goals, from reaching your dreams, guess what? You haven't found the right way to make money, or you haven't found the answer to that yet, because that's not what's holding you back. I can promise you. It's not a personal attack on anyone that said money is what's holding them back. It's not a personal attack on anyone listening right now that thinks money is what's holding them back. Just remember Thomas Edison and how many times he failed all those years ago when technology was different, when the world was very, very, very different. But he never gave up. He couldn't just Google something on how to make electricity. He had to work at it. Call it what you want, but the drive to succeed stops at nothing to see you through. And money cannot and will not stop the truly driven people. So do not use money as a crutch, as an excuse, or whatever you want to call it. Money is not what's standing in the way of your dreams. Now, this evening, as we go through our strategies and I share some different techniques with you, I want you to think about these questions. What do you want in your business, in your life? If you're taking notes, jot that down real quick. What do you want in your business and your life? If you don't think about these questions, or at least have them in the back of your mind as we're going through here this evening, you're going to miss out. You're going to miss out on the meaning behind what I'm sharing with you, the strategies that I'm going to share with you. What do you really want in your business and your life? When I work with coaching clients and I first start to work with them, this is one of the first questions I ask. What the heck do you want in life? If you don't know what you want, nobody can help you, including yourself, figure out how to get there. Number two, what are you committed to in your business and personal life to make what you want happen? What are you committed to in your personal and business life to make it happen? 3, what do you need to put into place to make this happen? What do you need to do to put into place to make this happen? Number 4, how willing are you to let circumstances, reasons, or excuses not slow you down? Remember, circumstances do not exist. You create your own. So how willing are you to let circumstances, reasons, and excuses like money not slow you down or get in the way of what you want and what you're committed to? There's that buzzword of the evening, that $1 million word of the evening, committed. If you are committed, how willing are you to get what you want? Number 5, who will support you and who will have who will you have hold you accountable? In other words, able to make that happen. Sometimes the people who hold you accountable, the people who support you and encourage you and make you go from point A to point B, are not the people that you think. People think, oh, well, sure, I've got a wife or a husband or a boyfriend or a girlfriend or a best friend, and that person is going to support me, or a mother or a father. And I'm sure they will support you and love you in many ways. But when it comes to supporting you and holding you accountable, you need to find someone that is going to do that and who understands where you are. Someone who understands the magic business. Someone who understands what it's like to go through what you are going through. Who will that person be? And number 6, what are you afraid of? Quite possibly the most important of these questions to keep in the back of your mind or on the paper in front of you. What are you afraid of? Because that, my friends, is chances are what's holding you back from accomplishing what you want to accomplish. And finally, keep this in mind. There is a difference between interest and commitment. When you are interested in doing something, you do it only when it's convenient. When you are committed to something, you accept no excuses, only the results. So we circle back around to the Facebook friends who said that money is what stands in their way of accomplishing their goals and dreams. Those folks are not committed, because if they were truly committed, they would accept no excuses, only results. I feel that those folks are most likely interested, yet not committed. Tonight, we are going to explore my top 10 rocket launching strategies that are going to help you change, plan, act, and grow. Each one of those words defining a different aspect of what you have to do. Now, obviously, we've got 10, so we are going to move at a very quick pace here. If you have questions as we go through these, please feel free to type them in the chat box. I will get to them this evening. Before we get into those top 10 strategies, I asked every attendee who is listening right now, who registered for this webinar, to fill out a question. We're going to take a poll right now, and we are going to see what your biggest business challenges are, and we're going to see how well they map up with exactly what it is that people said when they registered for this session. So we're going to launch this poll right now, and I want everyone to participate. I want to know what your biggest business challenge. I surveyed everyone who registered as an attendee, and the 3 common areas that were the biggest that most people put down were lack of direction, accountability, knowledge, etc., lead generation, new leads, new clients, more bookings, and productivity challenges. So there is the poll. Go ahead, enter your reason. If you selected one of those or said one of those during your time when you filled out the survey, please keep your answer the same as when you registered so that we don't mix up our results. And I will share with you what the pre-webinar results were in just a moment, and we're also going to see what your results are right now. So we have 38% of you voted right now. Come on, guys, let's get a little bit higher number. We're at 50% of you have voted. All right, 56%. We need to get some more of you guys participating in there. At 63%, it's not hard, guys. Just go ahead and click whichever button you like. This is definitely a hands-on workshop here this evening, a hands-on webinar, if you will. So go ahead, pick your answer there, which one you fit into. We've got 63%. Come on, guys, a couple more of you vote. All you have to do is click one little button there. All right, here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, we're going to close the polls down here with 69% of you voting, and the results are very interesting. I'm going to close there, and we're going to share those with everybody. According to 69% of you who voted, 18% of you tonight said that it's lack of direction, accountability, knowledge, etc. The majority of you say lead generation. You need more clients, more gigs, etc. And the 27% of you said it's a productivity challenge. So what's really interesting about these results is that that's not what you guys suggested when you registered for this webinar. Let me share with you. When I asked you ahead of this webinar what were the biggest business challenges, you might not realize this, but your answers for the number one reason that you have the biggest business challenge was a lack of direction. It was something along the lines of accountability, knowledge, goals, plans, whatever you suggested, you are having trouble with that lack of direction, not having a clear plan of action. The second up for the most biggest, or the second, the biggest business challenge was lead generation. Need more clients and gigs. And finally, the third was productivity. So slightly different than what you originally stated. However, we're going to explore what some of these are. In that first place position when you registered for the webinar was lack of direction, accountability, knowledge, goals, and plans. This is usually the result of what over 85% of all businesses suffer from: no plan. Why do you need a plan? Simple. It's a map. The magicians you know, the small business owners you know who tell you, oh, I don't really market, my business is all word of mouth. Guess what? They're lying. And maybe they had a little bit of luck, but that kind of luck, that kind of success is not duplicatable. You need a game plan if you want to accomplish anything. I promise you that you need that game plan. In the number 2 spot was lack of new customers, new calls, lead generation. The reason I can say that this is number 2, even though you guys are saying here tonight that you think this is your number 1 problem, it all relates back to the original results, which is number 1. Lack of direction, lack of a plan, lack of what exactly you want, lack of knowledge, all of those things lead to a lack of customers, lead to a lack of calls, etc. This could result from any and all of these. Being reactive. In other words, not proactive in your marketing, waiting for the website email requests to come in, waiting for the phone to ring, waiting for people to approach you instead of you going out and seeking them. No lead generation strategies. Goes back to the first one of no direction. No lead generation strategies like opt-ins, direct mail, etc. Poor customer interaction via the phone or the web. Bad phone script or bad sales pitch. Dull, non-informative, uninteresting website, etc. All of these things in this number 2 position, which you guys say is your number 1 problem, relate back to that original statistic of 85% of what businesses have trouble with, which is lack of a plan. They have that difficulty. No knowledge or little plan, etc. And in the third position from the pre-results was productivity, which you guys are saying is your number 2. Lack of knowledge in areas you are not yet skilled or educated in or on. Lack of accountability, poor past results, lack of motivation, etc. Well, regardless of where your biggest business challenge is or how it rated in what position tonight, the question comes up, how do you start to address a problem or problems like these? Let's dive in. Number 1 in my strategies, the absolute first and best strategy I could share with you is planning. No doubt you have big plans for your future, absolutely huge plans. I hope you do. However, a plan is just a dream without action. To get the ball rolling towards your desired result, it's time you put your fears and indecisiveness aside and pursue the reality that you know you deserve. When it comes to planning, you need to know what the heck you want. Knowing that equals decisiveness, which leads in turn to success. If you're fickle about how you see your life in 5 years, or even just 6 months from now, you're going to keep spinning your own wheels. If I say to you, any one of you listening, Bob or Mike or Rick or Roger, if I say to any of you guys, what do you see your life like in 6 months from now? If you don't know, or you say, pretty much like I see it right now, you're spinning your own wheels, or you're not fixated on going forward, moving ahead. The harder times to envision that people have are the real far in advance, like the 5-10 year goals. But if you're fickle about 6 months from now or a year from now, that's a big problem. That means you are failing to plan. Pick the road that is best for you and stick to it. If you make a mistake, so what? But you gotta pick a road and start traveling down it. Ensure that your goals directly affect and benefit you. Let others worry about what's best for them. For example, if you wish your competition would stop undercutting you, well, stop worrying. You're only in charge of what your business and life is all about. And worrying about what you cannot control is going to equal insanity. You are going to drive yourself crazy. You cannot control what the economy is doing. You cannot control other people. We are not control freaks. And if you are, you need to explore how to get away from that thought process, how to get away from training yourself, that negative self-talk and doubt. You can't be a control freak worrying about controlling others. You can only control your own actions. When you plan, be practical. You're unlikely, I'm just being honest here, you're unlikely to book 30 shows in 5 days if you're barely booking 2 shows a week or 3 or 4 a month. You've got to be practical. And it's silly to set a goal of making $100,000 this year if you're not even making $50,000 a year period with magic. Ensure that your plans are practical as a whole and that you aren't simply setting yourself up to fail. Now, that doesn't mean that you shouldn't dream big. Absolutely. I'm not here to rob anyone of their dreams. Quite the contrary. I want you to set yourself up for mega, massive, incredible success. But setting yourself up for failure is only going to discourage you when you don't achieve that. I'd rather see yourself set yourself up by stretching just a little bit and make it sure it's something that you can accomplish. So you build up that confidence. And over time, you'll be able to dream even bigger and bigger and accomplish even more and more. The biggest thing about planning is getting started. The first step is by far the most important step in order to enact your plans. Making the initial move will inspire you to follow through with the necessary steps thereafter. Often, the first step, it's the most obvious, but it's the hardest to see on your own. As a great man once pointed out, there's a saying, I forget who said it originally, you cannot see the frame when you're in the picture. You cannot see the frame when you're in the picture. I'm paraphrasing that, I think, from the original exact words of it, but I think you understand what I'm saying. If you're inside of the picture and you're flat and you can't stick your head out to look at what color the frame is, you're never going to see it. It's often the hardest step on your own. But when it comes to planning, you've got to take that first step. The folks you see on the screen right now are part of an actual case study. Dave and Kathleen Jeffers, that's Dave on the right there and Kathleen on the left. Dave and Kathleen are coaching clients of mine. They are also the winners of the It Factor Live 2012 Marketer of the Year contest. However, it wasn't always like that for them. Dave and Kathleen were struggling to pay their bills in 2011. They were struggling to break into the school show market. Dave was charging upward of about $70 per show. And having worked in the daycare market in his area of Buffalo, New York for the past 15 plus years. Well, as coaching clients, we strategized their situation. They raised their prices and they started phoning past daycare clients and mailing to them. They got all their shows booked at higher prices. They changed their mindset. Together with me, we planned. We got started, we strategized, and we planned. The Jeffers went from a few $100s a month in bookings, supporting a family of 5, to over $20,000 in bookings. All as a result from the planning and the first steps they took while coaching with me, which eventually led them to winning the It Factor Live 2012 Marketer of the Year contest at last year's It Factor Live workshop, as voted on by all of the attendees. A complete turnaround because they took step number 1, planning, and they got started. Here's what Dave Jeffers had to say. Working with Brad, the results have been incredible. Thanks to the mailing Brad helped with, I'm now over $15,000 in bookings with more coming in. You took an old, worn-out guy who was ready to hang up his top hat, changed my mindset, and reinvented me. I am forever grateful for what you have done for Kathleen and me. We wouldn't be here without you. Well, the Jeffers are 2 incredible people, and I'm very privileged that I have the opportunity to work with them and to have gotten to know them over the past couple of years. For example, if you are determined to book your online bookings, your first step, or to boost your online booking, your first step is to make sure your sales copy is doing the right job of actually selling you. Often when someone starts coaching with me, as the Jeffers did, we take a look at what your online presence is. Because in today's world, the first point of contact is your website. No one goes anywhere else except to your website. It used to be that people asked around and there was a lot of word of mouth. And while that still does exist, when we want to learn something, where do we go? We go to our good friend Google and we Google it. So you have to make sure when people find you on the web that your sales copy is doing the right job of actually selling you. If you want to close more leads that come in from phone inquiries, well, then your first step is examining your phone script. What are you telling people? If you get a lot of people calling you, but not a lot of people booking you, it's not a problem with your lead generation methods. It's a problem with what you're saying on your phone script. If you don't get a lot of people contacting you through your website or through phone, but the ones that do contact you book you, then what you say in your phone script in your sales pitch is probably very good, but your lead generation is falling flat. So it all comes back to planning and examining what it is that's going on. But you need to take it step by step. Come to the question of how do you eat an elephant, a giant pink elephant, the elephant sitting in the room? One bite at a time. You've got to take it step by step, guys. It's easier to cut fast food out of your diet than it is to cut every bad food out of your life altogether. It's easy to not turn into McDonald's when you're on your way to a show than to say, I'm not going to eat any more sugar or fried food or greasy food or drink beer or do this or that. That's a pretty tall order, a pretty tough thing to do. But you can say, you know what? I'm not going to stop at fast food restaurants in between my gigs. It's easier to do that. It's also easier to jump in the pool before you try to swim a race. If you've never been in a pool, chances are you're not going to win that race. Baby steps. Baby steps are vital to your success and to your self-esteem. Many plans that we create in our minds remain only a dream. The culprit of this dooming behavior is often complacency, fear of failure, or, unfortunately, sheer laziness. But know this. If you truly want something, you stand to gain a lifetime of happiness by chasing it. I promise you that if you chase it, the rewards will be massive. I am so privileged and grateful that every day I can wake up and I can say to myself, Brad, you are living your dream. I am so grateful to be able to do that on a daily basis, and you can do the same. If you fail, guess what? You can always try again. If it doesn't work out, now you know one thing that doesn't work out. Try again. Being able to say that you have given an honest attempt is an honor in and of itself. For the past couple years, I've been working hard, very hard, on producing my own touring illusion show with lots and lots of struggle because it's not easy to self-produce your own full-scale big illusion show. That's why not many people do it, or the people that attempt to do it often fail. Well, I'm proud to say that 2 years of work, it's actually happening. And we're getting contracts in to take our show out on the road in 2014. A dream I've had for many, many years since I was on the road touring with Disney. I wanted to be producing my own show. And it's finally happening that in 2014, we will be taking our show out on the road. But you've got to be willing to stick with it. Even if it doesn't happen overnight, in a week or a month, you've got to be willing to do it. You only have one life to live. With proper planning, decisive action, and persistence, you can overcome every obstacle in your way to achieve the reality that you desire and stop at nothing to see your dreams come true. Number 2, in terms of my rocket launching strategies, stop doing it. Stop doing what you've always done. You will always get the same results. Guess what? 2 plus 2 equals 4. It equaled 4 yesterday. It equals 4 today. And I'm pretty sure it's going to equal 4 tomorrow. Unless they change the laws of math, it's going to equal 4 tomorrow. Unless you change this equation, you are never going to get 5 out of 2 and 2. It's not going to happen. You've got to add something new. If you want to get 5, you've got to add something new to the equation. So stop doing what's not working. Albert Einstein once said, the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. Yeah, I know. You've probably heard that before. So why do you continue doing the same things that don't give you the results? Think about this quote for a second and ask yourself, does this quote apply to the way you run your business? If you're not getting results doing what you're doing in your business, why do you keep on doing it? Are you using the excuse of, oh, I can't afford it. I can't afford to get a new website. I can't afford to hire a consultant. I can't afford new marketing. I can't afford printing new marketing materials. I can't afford this. I can't afford that. If it's not working, guess what? It's never going to work. You got to figure out a way to make it work. You got to change the equation. Have you been doing the same thing over and over again, expecting different results? Well, if so, then you might want to keep on reading what I'm saying here and listening. In a world like today, the year 2013, where technology is becoming the key to productivity, the key productivity tool, in fact, to the success of any business, it simply comes down to, are you accepting and harnessing technology, or are you rejecting it? I got to tell you this, guys, if you're rejecting technology and the way you do business in 2013, you might as well pack it up and get out of the business. Get out of working for yourself, because there's a whole lot easier ways to go work for someone else and do what someone else tells you. But if you are an entrepreneur, if you want to work for yourself and have the success of an entrepreneur, the lifestyle you want, the ability to live your dreams, the ability to provide for your family, the ability to know your why you are doing what you're doing, you have to ask yourself, are you willing to change? Or do you just want to keep doing the same thing over and over again? I call this the if it ain't broke, then don't fix it mentality. Here's another actual case study. A gentleman by the name of John Henry. I've had the privilege and the pleasure of working with John for quite a while in my coaching program. John was based in the Northeast in New England, Massachusetts area, Boston area. And John worked with me, and he was in that mentality, the if it ain't broke, then don't fix it mentality. He got stuck under the umbrella of, I've been a professional magician for over 20 years, and I used to book 20, 30 shows a month. And then calls just stopped coming in. And when we really analyzed John's situation, we discovered that he was still doing business in 2010, which is when John and I worked together. He was still doing business in 2010 the way he was doing business in 2000 and in 1985 and in 1989 and in 1995. And the problem is that the world changed around him and John didn't change with it. Here's an example and some actual case study, some hard figures. This was a mailing John had sent out to his daycare market. It simply had his address at the top. It said, award-winning New England magician John Henry is thrilled to bring his all-new Summer Fun Magic Show to your center for graduation ceremonies, end-of-the-year events, and summer programs. Ever popular magic and balloon workshops available. Also, he gives a testimonial there. Okay, so there's a few errors here. You know, it's not easy to read, but he sent this out. He had a standard postcard design, mailed it to 250 daycare centers. He had 2 inquiries and 0 bookings from this postcard. Not surprising to you probably, because this is pretty basic. It's what most people end up doing. Well, working with me, John and I changed it to this. We incorporated a few different techniques into here. I reworked the back of John's postcard. He mailed it to the same 250 daycares. He had 21 plus bookings. We changed the copy. Award-winning New England magician John Henry is thrilled to bring his all-new Summer Fun Magic Show to your center for graduation ceremonies, end-of-the-year events, and summer programs. I cleaned up the copy. I got rid of the hyphens. I accented certain things. We added his logo in at the top to add brand recognition. We used hand-drawn doodles in the margins. We added a great headline that jumped out. Hopping rabbits, flying doves, swimming fish, and kids floating in the air. Oh my! We added personality to John's mailing. We added more personality by highlighting what was the most important part of that testimonial. We had magicians in the past. None came close to the energy and the experience that John Henry brought with him. We added a call to action. We added in availability is limited, reserve your date now, scarcity. We used good sound, timeless copywriting and marketing techniques. Again, he mailed the same postcard with these changes to the same 250 daycares, and he resulted in 21 plus bookings. Stop doing what's not working. Start doing something new. Number 3 in our rocket launching business strategies is a pretty simple one and straightforward. It's about keeping good company. Hang out with positive people. Hanging out with positive people is one of the best ways to stay on your A game and always be motivated. You should talk to someone positive on a regular basis. Many of the ways you can have a positive encounter with people include in person, over the phone, or over the computer. Try to make this habit a daily basis. Try to make this a regular piece, because I promise you, if you do, you are going to, by osmosis, let's say, or just by keeping the company you keep, you are going to feel positive. You are going to get their positivity, and positivity breeds positivity. Negativity breeds negativity. I remember Marvin Roy once telling me as a young teen magician, when I asked him at a lecture a question, he said, don't go and study magic and learn from the magician who tells you magic is no good, the magician who tells you you cannot make a living from magic. If you study with a bum, you will become a bum. If you study a success and learn from a success, you too will become a success. Number 4, continuous learning. Huge for amping up your game. Learning promotes growth. It is healthy for your brain, and you are never too old to learn something new from people older and people younger than you. Every day you should try and learn something new. The best ways to do this is through reading and through listening. My gosh, we learn so much from listening to others. When you think about continuous learning, if you're often not motivated to begin new projects or take on new things, you need to increase your learning because you're not getting stimulated. What do we know about babies that are not hugged and kissed and nurtured and held and cuddled? They don't grow. They don't thrive. We know this is science. This is fact. So when you are not continuously learning and growing, you're not going to be motivated to start a new project, to take on new things, to change, if you will. You don't have to be an avid reader to take on novels, but you should read. Reading is good for the brain, and it's stimulating for the mind. Continuously learning new things is going to help you become more open to taking on things you did not think you could do before. Listening to supportive people is another important aspect that you need to focus on to remain motivated. When you listen to others who are experts in their own field, or even in your field, you are expanding your own education. You will feel good about yourself as you respect others, which will build your motivation. It's why actors have directors, television actors, movie actors, theater actors. They have directors that direct them and help them. It's why athletes have coaches to train them. It's why bodybuilders have trainers. You need to listen to people who have knowledge, who can help you do what you want to do. It's all about continuous learning. As Annie Oakley points it out in the Broadway musical, Annie Get Your Gun, you'll achieve the anything you can do, I can do better attitude. This is an attitude I always use in my business. Since I set out on my goals to become a professional illusionist, since I was a teenager, I've always felt if someone is doing something that I want to be doing, success leaves clues. If they can do it, I can do it. Anything you can do, I can do better. It's better to adapt that attitude than say, boy, I just don't get the right breaks, or boy, that guy's just lucky. No, success leaves clues, and you need to find them. Number 5, something I promised I would share with you in my promotional emails for tonight's webinar is multitasking. The death of me. I fall victim to this all the time, and I have to stop myself, and I have to start single tasking. So I share that technique with you because it does wonders when I focus on single tasking and I stop my own multitasking. Let's be honest, we all live in a multitasking world. We're watching television and we're cooking dinner and we're playing on Facebook on our phones and responding to emails and feeding the dog all at the same time. We all do it, but we've got to start. At least when it comes to our business, when we want to start making some big changes, we've got to look at the multitasking myth. A number of states have already made it illegal to talk on your cell phone and drive at the same time. Now, I will admit that, sure, we all talk. Many of us talk on the cell phone, but I never hold it in my hand. That is just so dangerous, and I get so nervous when I see other drivers on the road. I see a lot of drivers on the road holding a cell phone in their hand, trying to steer with kids in the back. It's so dangerous. Having a hands-free device is so much easier than holding that phone in your hand and trying to drive and concentrate on everything all at once. That's multitasking. We got to get rid of that. Some states won't even allow you to drive and eat at the same time. They can give you a ticket for that. These laws are based on the fact that if your focus is divided, if you're focused on holding that phone and in that conversation, accidents are more likely to happen. The alternative, you may be surprised to discover that you're significantly making more progress than usual as you tackle one job at a time without interruption. Without interruption, you might be thinking, Brad, what are you talking about? We live where our smartphone does everything, our banking, our social media, keeping in touch with people. We can even order our groceries on our smartphone. Perhaps you're thinking that's easier said than done, Brad. Well, let's take a closer look at 3 single tasking tips, 3 important things to write down. Number 1 is creating a to-do list. Sounds basic, sounds easy. I like to think of myself as Mr. Technology. I love all the latest gadgets, but I still keep a physical, handwritten to-do list that I start every day off with. Number 2, I keep a notebook handy at all times. And number 3, I plan my day out in blocks of time, because that's how we are trained from little kids onward. From the time we were in school to the time we graduated elementary school, middle school, high school, college, and even professional schools. We're given blocks of time. When you book your shows, it's in blocks of time. So how come when you're in your office as a solopreneur, as an entrepreneur, as a small business owner, whatever you call yourself, how come you can never get a lot accomplished and you always get bogged down with one thing, or you always just go thing to thing to thing to thing to thing? It's because you're not planning yourself in blocks of time. Focusing your efforts on a single task, I guarantee, will help you think more clearly and determine what steps must be completed. Single tasking can do a world of good for your emotional, your mental, and even your physical well-being. So try focusing in on single tasking. Number 6, for success, maintain health and fitness. Maintaining good health. What good is being the richest man in the graveyard? There is no good to that. Changing your game also means you must be a healthy person. That's a big game changer. You cannot have a positive attitude when you don't take care of your body. I'm not saying you need to be Mr. America or an Olympic athlete, but there are 3 primary things you need to do in order to create a healthy body. Because again, if you're sick all the time, if you're injured all the time, if you don't feel good, you're going to be unmotivated. You're not going to want to get out of bed in the morning. You're not going to want to get up with that juice, that energy, that passion for life, because you don't feel good. Again, you don't have to look like this guy on the cover of Men's Fitness, but the things that you need to do, the primary things, you need to eat right. You got to eat a well-balanced diet. You got to get enough sleep. You can't be working on 2 hours of sleep, guys. And you've got to get plenty of exercise, whatever that means for you, okay? Being healthy and exercising doesn't mean that you have to spend 2 hours a day in the gym guzzling protein shakes 24/7 like me. No, I'm just kidding. I don't spend 2 hours in the gym, and I don't guzzle protein shakes 24/7, maybe 23/7. But I'm just joking. I'm making fun of myself here. But you have to figure out what works for you. Exercise is one of the most important activities to integrate into your lifestyle. Aside from the almost infinite list of health benefits you get by exercising, something that probably not everyone knows about exercise is also one of the best ways to do a mental workout. Personally, I come back from the gym, as I actually was there this evening, before our webinar. I come back from the gym and I'm juiced up. I'm pumped up. My day's not winding down. I got so much energy right now. I went to the gym on purpose tonight before the webinar because I knew how much of a mental workout I was going to get, giving myself that energy, getting the blood flowing, breathing in that oxygen, heavy breathing, deep breathing, get the oxygen flowing to my mind so that I can deliver to you the best of my abilities. Some people that like to work out in the morning feel like that's the best for them. Hey, I'm not a morning person, so I don't go to the gym in the morning. I go to the gym in the afternoon or the evening because that's when it works best for me. But if you're a morning person and the first thing you can do is get up and go to the gym, go do it. It's going to give you the fuel for the rest of your day. There's a very strong scientific background behind this claim. Scientists, in fact, have proven that children who do physical activity perform better at school. And when the same students stop to exercise, their scores in school drop as well. It's the reason why physical education is part of the curriculum. The relationship between exercise and success is even greater as you become an adult because we are not forced to gym class every day. We are forced to sit behind a desk, or we are forced to work at our jobs every single day. Starting to exercise regularly will sharpen your mind, I promise you, which in turn will help you generate brand new ideas. The good news is that even if you did not do any kind of exercise until yesterday, it's not too late. We know from science that you can boost your mental performances in a matter of weeks or even months, regardless of your age. Start slowly. If you're not used to exercising, don't go and try and bench press 200 pounds. You need to start with less than 30 minutes a day to be in good shape. Start with 10 minutes of walking around the block if you can. If you're just starting out, some walking, jogging, a few push-ups, crunches is a good workout also. You can start with 10 minutes 3 days a week and then upgrade it to 30 minutes 3 days a week until you feel more comfortable. There's an exercise that I go through with many of my coaching clients called the Wheel of Life, and it's about balancing yourself, your physical environment, your career and business, your finances and wealth, family and friends, fun, recreation, health and fitness, love and your love life, spiritual, personal development, etc. Tonight, we're not going to go through this exercise one-on-one with you, but I am going to be giving you this exercise because it is of vital importance to balancing yourself. And one of the secrets that I can share with you tonight is that I bet the majority of people listening are not balanced. Maybe if your personal life is great, your career is suffering because you're spending all your time with your family and you're not actually working. Maybe it's the vice versa. You spend all your time working and your personal life is going to hell because you don't have any time with the wife or the kids. Well, I'm going to give you all my Wheel of Life assessment as part of my private success coaching program. I'm giving this to you as a gift. I'll give you the download link at the end of tonight. And I would love for you guys to fill this out. You don't need to send it back to me. Just do it for yourself. I hope you enjoy that gift that I'm going to give you. Number 7, eliminate procrastination. Dum, dum, dum. Many of us fall victim of being the procrastination vampire. Procrastination can be the reason you don't make it through many of the tasks throughout the day. Why? Because it's easier to say, I'll get to it later. I'll do it tomorrow. Or, you really can't do it. Making excuses. Oh, I don't have enough money to really do this mailing, so I'm not going to put this mailing together. I can't afford all that postage. Or, I can't really redo my website. I can't afford it right now, so I'm just going to forget about having a new website and just wait for the times to change, and maybe websites will go out of fashion. No, that's not how it works. Even if you've got something standing in your way, a challenge, maybe an obstacle. I don't have enough money right now, but I know this next month I will, so I'm going to put money towards getting a new website. What can I do today to work towards that goal of launching a new website? Maybe I can go through my current website. Maybe I can go through the copy on there, and maybe I can rewrite the copy. Maybe I can rework my sales pitch. Maybe I can do this. Maybe I can do that. Procrastination is why you don't make it through the tasks. You might find it that you get drawn into a television show or playing on the internet or Facebooking. Well, when you look at the clock, the day is gone. Bam! And you haven't completed your work. This lack of productivity will cause you to be unmotivated. So how do you combat this? Well, you've got to eliminate the procrastination. Many people are unaware that they procrastinate, but they cannot get out of the funk that they're stuck in. Well, I'm telling you, you can. It is common to sit around and think about how things could be or how things will be. You need to pay attention to the time you spend sitting around doing nothing. I remember one coaching client that I worked with a couple years ago, and he told me that he just didn't have time. He would come home from work and he didn't have any time to work on his magic business. He had a full-time job. He was a part-time magician. And I asked him what he does when he comes home from work. He says, I usually spend about 3-4 hours, watching TV and eating dinner. Okay, you need to eat dinner, absolutely, but do you need to spend 3 or 4 hours watching TV? Hey, I understand it. Look, when I come home from a day of shows or I'm working on tour and I finish doing shows, I don't want to sit down and go work. I want to take a break. But there comes a point where you need to be disciplined and you need to say to yourself, hey, if I sit here and watch 3 or 4 hours of TV, I'm just vegging out, which is okay from time to time, but not every day. You need to pay attention to the time you spend sitting around doing nothing. You can beat procrastination. And when you can beat procrastination, you become entirely productive and you will be very positive about life. I promise, even when it seems tough, like you cannot get out of this funk and you're so unproductive and so unmotivated, I promise you, you will survive the difficult times. One of the great sports coaches, one of the great coaches, professional sports history, Vince Lombardi once said, the time when you really need to believe in yourself is not when everything is going your way. You need to believe in yourself when everyone doubts you. And when everyone doubts you is usually including yourself. That's when you've got to do it. Which brings me to the next step, building motivational habits. Why are we unproductive most of the time? Because we're unmotivated. There are many ways that you can build motivational habits to give you your own kick in the butt on a daily basis. Habits can be really hard to create, but once you begin working hard to meet them, you will begin to allow them to naturally come to you. There are many things that you can do to create habits that are motivating and positive. In fact, What you can do is visual motivators, one of my favorites. Excuse me, visual motivators are extremely important because your surroundings can create the attitude you have every day. If you're in a negative atmosphere, you're not going to feel very motivated to do much of all. In fact, I find it difficult to not do work, to do work when I'm not in my office. If I'm sitting in the living room and the television is right there, and there's a whole bunch of magazines around that I can look at or books that I can read that have nothing to do with what I have to accomplish in my business, it's probably going to be difficult for me to get to work on a business-related topic. I'm going to have too many distractions. So that's why I make it a point that I don't keep my office in my bedroom or in my living room. My office is a whole separate floor of my house. My whole basement is my office. One thing you can do is use visual motivators to create this positive atmosphere and help you on a daily basis. Number 9, writing your success story. This is something I also promoted in my email leading up to tonight's webinar. Everyone wants to be a success in both their personal and their professional lives. Of course we do. However, in order to attract success, you have to be an active player in life. After all, you can't sit on the sidelines and expect everything to fall in place. So, are you willing to step out of your comfort zone and write your own success story? That's the only way that you can do it. Remember that key phrase about commitment, about circumstances. You find the circumstances. Your comfort zone is right there on the right side of your screen. Where the magic happens is outside of that. The magic happens when you're willing to step out of your comfort zone. So, the question to think about as you write your own success story is that success means different things to different people. What does your success look like to you? To some people, success means having their own business, a large house, getting to perform in Las Vegas, their family, having kids, having a great marriage, being the king of the local birthday party market, being on the cover of Time magazine. The truth is there are so many different ways to view success and even more ways to reach it. But before embarking on the exercise of writing your own success story, which we're going to get to, you need to reflect on who you are, what goals you want to achieve, what setbacks you might have to overcome that have stopped you in the past, what's holding you back. Reflect on who you are. If you don't know who you are, if you don't know what you're doing, how do you identify with yourself? How do other people see you? Who are you? You're not going to be able to do it. So that's the first step in writing your own success story. Who are you? The next step, what's holding you back from being the success that you want to be? Next, do you know where you're going? And there's a lot of paths. One of my very first managers in my entertainment career said to me, Brad, there are many paths in the success entertainment park. You're in the park. You need to just decide which path you're going to take. And I've always remembered that because that's the truth. You can go in so many different directions. You have to decide where you're going. Once you decide where you're going, figuring out how to get there, that's not the hard part. The hard part is figuring out where exactly you're going. See, often we set a vague target of what we want to achieve and then spend day after day going around in circles, guessing our way to the end. As Ralph Waldo Emerson puts it, or put it, the world makes way for the man who knows where he's going. If you don't know where you're going, you're going to be sitting on the sidelines a whole lot. You've got to plan the journey, my friends. You've got to know where you're heading out. When you head out on a journey across the country, you got to know 3 things. You got to know your starting point, where you're starting from, hopefully your house if you're journeying across the country. Your ending point, where you're going on vacation or moving to. And then third, you need to know the route that you take with all the stops. Think about when you get on an airplane. You better hope that that pilot, you better pray that that pilot knows which path he's taken, because there are no signs up there in the sky. So you better hope he's mapped out the journey. You should be no different. When it comes to your life journey, it's much the same process. Before you embark on your route to success, your journey starts with a complete understanding of yourself and your goals. There are more avenues and drive-through distractions than you can possibly afford to go down. And without a map or clear directions, you're going to run out of fuel long before you reach the end of that road. Destination Way and Inspiration Drive are reached only when you eliminate those distractions and you forget all those avenues that you could turn down. You've got to have that clear path. Ella Wheeler Wilcox said, "One shift sails east and another west by the self-same winds that blow." 'Tis the set of the sails and not the gales that tells the way we go. Well, there are three ways to figuring this out. Number one, know your starting point, your ending point, and the route that you're going to take along the way, as I've pointed out to you. You also have to acknowledge what are the skills and training that you're going to need to achieve the goals. If your dream is to perform on a cruise ship, you probably should figure out what type of shows cruise ships book today. Don't go reading some book that was written 20 years ago or 30 years ago on working cruise ships. You better talk to people that are working cruise ships today and figure out if you've got the show that they're interested in booking. I talk to illusionists, budding young illusionists all the time that think cruise ships want to book big illusion shows. Guess what? They don't, if there's any budding illusionists on there. You don't need to be doing, in today's world, a huge illusion show to get booked on a cruise ship. In fact, my good friend Fred Becker and I are working on a brand new membership website for the cruise ship industry. And one of the things that turns off cruise ship bookers, as Fred and I were recently talking, is a big illusion show, because cruise lines don't want to pay for that. They want you to fly on and fly off with what you have. So think about what skills and training, even on a simpler basis. If you know you're not good at writing sales copy for sales letters and marketing materials and websites, you need to figure out how you can get trained, how you can learn, how you can upgrade your skills and your knowledge, who can train you to accomplish those things. If you think you can, you can. If you think you can't, you're right. As Mary Kay Ash said, Mary Kay Cosmetics, if you think you can, you can. If you think you can't, you're right. So how do you write your own success story? Well, guess what? This is really cool. It's a fun exercise that I'm going to be giving you here tonight. And I've mapped it out in a whole guide for you guys. It starts with the main character. You are the star of your own movie. How cool is that? So you're the main character. Step one, you need to get out some paper and you need to start. You don't need to do this right now. You can do this on your own, but you need to start. And I promise you, if you do this exercise, you're going to have a lot of fun doing it, and it's going to reveal some great strategies and tactics for yourself. Step two, after you get out that piece of paper and start writing your success story, is you get comfortable with all of your past successes and all of your past failures, as they are part of shaping who you are today. The failures I've had in my life, maybe the wrong decisions I've made, as well as the right decisions and the successes I've had, have made me, Brad Ross, on July 15th, 2013, everything, success and failure and everything in between, has made me, Brad Ross, who I am today. And the same is true for each of you. So you got to get comfortable with all that, and you got to get comfortable for where you are today. Step three, how do you see those past failures? Obviously, the successes you're proud of, that's given. But how do you see those past failures? Do you obsess over them? Are you stuck on them? Or maybe if you just acknowledge them and say, hey, I made a wrong decision, or I failed, I'm ready to move forward, maybe you can get past those. Step four, how do you see yourself at the end of your story? In other words, your goals at the end of a year from now. Maybe this is your success story for the next year. Maybe it's for the next 6 months. Maybe it's for the next 5 years. Maybe it's for your lifetime. How do you see yourself at the end of your story? And finally, 5, use the guidebook that I created for you. I created a guidebook called How to Write Your Own Success Story. And in there is a whole slew of steps and everything that you need to easily write your own success story. I've even included a checklist for you. A checklist that you're going to be able to use to write your whole story and figure out how you see yourself at the end of your story. Everything about what you're trying to accomplish, your goals, your dreams, your aspirations, and how to see it through, because this is the map. This is part of the guide that you can be using to shape those dreams, to shape those goals. And I'm going to be giving you the link to download this and everything else right now. There it is. You can download it at tinyurl.com/Coach Tools 2013. Now keep in mind there's a hyphen in between each of those. tinyurl.com/Coach-Tools-2013. And I'll email that out with the replay for everyone as well. Finally, number 10 is a business coach. The ultimate secret of professional athletes, celebrities, TV personalities, actors, bodybuilders, Olympians, even Fortune 500 company executives. The business coaching and consulting is a process of helping you get out of your own way. Coaching can bring about the invaluable process of personal transformation. It's not psychotherapy. Coaching supports personal and professional growth and development based on a client's pursuit of specific outcomes. These outcomes are linked to personal and or professional successes. Don't let another year pass you by without being able to look back and say, I did it. Success starts and stops with goal setting and, more importantly, goal achieving. I promise you, non-negotiable strategy, a very important non-negotiable strategy for consistent cash flow and why your livelihood is on the line without it. And that strategy is actually a formula. I promised it to you, and I'm going to deliver it to you right now. Would you guys like that formula? If you want that formula, type in the chat box, yes. Type in the chat box, give it to me. I need to know that you guys are on board to get this formula for consistent cash flow, to make sure your livelihood is growing. Do you guys want this formula? Yes. Awesome. You guys want it. Here it comes. A formula for achieving life-changing results. You need to declare a vision. Write that down. Declare a vision. Next, take committed action. I promise you, 1 year from now, 5 years, 50 years from now, you will be in the exact same position if you are not taking committed action. Consistent, but more importantly, that buzzword of the night, the $1 million word, committed action. And finally, get a business coach to guide you, to mentor you to the top. You already have the knowledge. You already have the assets to achieve your goals. But the problem is knowing how to set the right goals and how to put them in a real plan of action so that you know they will get done finally without procrastination and without distractions. And that's where I can help you starting today. And I can do it for free. Stick with me here. I want to introduce you, if you're not already familiar, to my MakeMagicMoney.com private success coaching program. Now, believe it or not, I can't even believe it, in its 7th consecutive year. Private Success Coaching Program. My program is a one-on-one forum to develop greater results in your business and your life. You're going to gain insight into your strengths and limitations and then build on that newfound knowledge to advance your business and personal life to the next level of success. In our coaching sessions, I can help you in the following areas. Establishing your business model and career plan, assist you in your goals, setting your goals for your business, your personal life for this week, this year, and beyond. Determine where you are in achieving your goals if you already have them set, and how you must proceed to start accomplishing these goals. To discover your high payoff activities, your HPAs. Provide the tools to you that will accelerate your success so you don't have to spend time and money searching for them. Let me give you the tools. Assist you in copywriting, the copywriting you need to convert leads into sales, how to master modern technology in your business, how to implement internet marketing and social media outlets for your maximum success, how to understand your behavior style to increase relationship skills and reduce conflict, how to master the modern technology in your business if you're frustrated with your website, if your website is not giving you the results it should, if you're pulling your hair out. As you can see, the first guy, he already pulled his hair out until I started helping him. But this girl's going to look like that guy if she keeps on getting frustrated. If you feel like you want to smash your computer because you can't figure out how to market yourself in today's world on the internet, I can help you. Remember what your biggest business challenges were. From your original survey results and from today's poll: lack of direction, accountability, knowledge, goals, and planning. Lead generation, more clients and gigs, which leads from the lack of direction, accountability, knowledge, goals, and plans. And productivity. You can't get things done because you don't have the direction. My coaching program breeds direction. It gives you the accountability because I'm there week in and week out to help you, to guide you, to mentor you. I'm not here to be your guru, to be an all-knowing prophecy. I don't have all the answers, but I am someone that understands success. I'm someone that's on a success path myself, and I'm someone that has helped people with a proven track record of success. I don't claim to have all the answers, and I'm not going to try and pretend to be an expert at all things. But having me as your coach, you will, I promise, have that constant push. It's that other person who will be there every week to keep you in check, to keep you on the right path, the path of success. If you're looking for the magic pill, if you're looking for the overnight get-rich-quick scheme, quick fix, the overnight success, whatever, guess what? I'm not the guy, okay? I'm not going to tell you it's easy. I'm not going to tell you that I have the magic pill to swallow and bam, you're going to become an instant success. I don't have that power. If I did, I would have used it a long time ago. I'm not going to turn you into a success in 4 weeks. I can't even promise that I could do it in 3 months. Maybe I can, maybe I can't. I can't give you a time frame. No one can make that claim with 100% honesty. Anyone who tells you, if you work with me for 4 weeks, I will make you a success. Nobody can promise that because everyone has different strengths and limitations. The first thing you need to do is assess where you are and where you want to go. What I will do is help get you on your way down the road to success. Success is not a destination. It is a journey. It is a journey that you have to begin. I want you to take a look at the gentleman you see on your screen, Leon Etienne. Leon had a ton of ideas and potential, but lacked the direction and game plan when he met me at the IBM SAM 2008 Combined Convention. Here's what Leon had to say. By the way, Leon was just featured on America's Got Talent this summer, actually 2-3 weeks ago, and he's on his way to Vegas. He's going to Vegas. Here's what Leon had to say about my coaching program. When I wanted to kick it into high gear, I joined Brad Ross's coaching program and coached with him for quite a while. Brad's program is amazing. He holds you accountable. The marketing pieces we designed together helped me define my market and helped me become a celebrity in my market. It paid off so much. I was so busy with birthday parties and school shows that I was able to step up to the next level because I had enough income coming in to live my dream of building an illusion show and starting to tour. Everything about the program is excellent. I can't speak highly enough about it. If you're thinking of coaching with Brad, do so. I honestly don't think he charges enough for it. Well, thank you, Leon, for that. Leon is living his dream. Again, he just got pushed through to the Vegas round of America's Got Talent. But where's Leon today? Leon is right now working on a 6-month contract on Holland America Cruise Lines. The guy that in 2008 approached me in shorts and a t-shirt saying, I'm booking some birthdays, but I really want to be an illusionist. Do you think you can help me? In a short couple of years, Leon has achieved his dreams and goals. It started with him working with me on a weekly basis for what he wanted to accomplish. Leon Etienne, don't believe this testimonial? Ask him yourself. He'll tell you the truth. Leon is accomplishing his dreams. How did we start accomplishing Leon's dreams? Well, like all my coaching clients, we use what I call the coaching system. We need to prepare you. First, it's self-assessment, business overview, coaching sessions, your prep and your agenda. I need to understand. We need to prepare and figure out exactly what's going on. Next, we need to understand and analyze where you are in your business. What have you been doing? What has worked? What hasn't worked? With high impact questions, SWOT analysis, root cause analysis, etc. We need to make you take action. We need to set goals and we need to have milestones. Action plans. We need to set you up for accountability because I will be there each week working with you. And finally, we need to have our coaching plan, giving you coaching feedback, your coaching journal. We work together in all of these areas to help you achieve success in your life. Here's another actual case study from a former coaching client, Jim Barron. Jim Barron in Fort Wayne, Indiana. Brad has changed the entire way I look at my business and my life. His goal-setting techniques are something everyone should be using, and they've certainly made a big difference in the progress I've made both as an entertainer and as a business owner. If you are a solid performer and apply what he teaches, you will succeed. One of the most astounding things I've learned from working with him is that it's not the tricks that will make you a successful magician. It's you. Your persona, your look, your attitude, your business savvy. You. Forget about buying the cube zag or thin sawing for now. Let Brad show you how to make the most of one thing no one else can copy, your it factor. You will be thrilled with the results, Jim Barron. And there's Jim living his dream with fans after his show. Here's Jim when he visited me with his daughter and his grandchildren while I was on tour in Fort Wayne, Indiana with Mickey's Magic Show. There's Jim right there in the middle. It's such an amazing thing to see coaching clients in their home states when I am on the road traveling and see people that are living their dreams. Here's another gentleman, Michael Scanzello. I won't read you the whole full letter that he wrote to me. But Michael, after working with me, started booking consistently $1,000 more per month as a result of coaching. He literally had a flood of calls and emails coming in from the first days after we designed a postcard mailing out there. And I walked him through everything that was necessary, including redesigning his whole webpage. Mike got organized. He got on track. He got prepared. And I trained him in marketing to the best of my knowledge. As Mike says, you will see results Brad delivers. I highly recommend Brad's coaching sessions if you need someone to give you the extra incentive to work a little harder, to show you exactly proven ways to craft your mailings, how to sell your show. You will see results. In fact, we designed Mike's entire website. Mike had a website that looked like this. in 2000 and when we started working together in 2009. It was terrible. The Honest Deceptionist. I mean, it was such an old school website. It had no clear direction, nothing. Well, he wanted to work the corporate market. We redesigned his website into what you see now. Michael Scanzello. The guy looks like a superstar. He's using video in his marketing. He's using personality in his marketing, social media. Everything stands out. He's using lead generation strategies, testimonials like he wasn't using before. These are real results that you can achieve. Also, Scott Burton, another coaching client of mine, Scott saw a 40% increase in his bank account only months after working and coaching with me compared to when he had started coaching. This is a direct result of using what I taught him in the Private Success Program and taking massive action. Can I guarantee you a 40% increase? No. Can I guarantee you a 60% or a 70% increase? Maybe. I don't know. I can't guarantee it, but you've got to start. You've got to get working like all these folks. Here's Jason Michaels, another coaching client, that I worked with. Jason said, I've been a professional entertainer for over a decade, and I've enjoyed a pretty good career. I'm relatively well-versed in marketing and business, and he's a smart guy. He is a smart guy. To be honest, I wasn't sure if Brad could offer me much, but I wasn't having success that I knew I should be having lately, and I thought having a new pair of eyes might be a good idea. Bam. That is the lesson right there in and of itself. He saw he wasn't having the success, so he changed the equation and took a chance that I might be able to help him. He went on to say, I've been amazed at how much Brad has brought to the table in terms of marketing, public relations, and business ideas. I can't recommend working with Brad highly enough. Every time I think I've gotten about all I'm going to get out of our coaching sessions, Brad hits me with a plethora of new and exciting ideas. My business is now in the best position it has ever been in. I'm extremely excited about the direction my business is going, and I have to offer Brad much thanks for his expertise. Folks, I have 6 new coaching spots available. On a regular basis, I only work with 15 ongoing clients. I'm ready to take your business to new levels. I don't want you to miss out if you think there is value in what you've learned here tonight. If I've opened your eyes, if a light bulb has gone off in the past little over an hour, if you're one of those smart and dedicated people, then I suggest you try this out for yourself, absolutely risk-free. But you don't have to leave this to one side like other things in your life. The whole point is to get the information and get you back on track and make visible progress in your business starting today. That's what this is about. I have very limited time. I am not an exclusive marketer. I don't spend all my time doing that. I am still a working professional magician and illusionist. I do only the gigs I want to do and accept only the long-term and multi-length contracts that I want to do. But I'm still a professional entertainer, and I am not ready to give that up because that is my ultimate dream, which means I have very limited time. And that's why I don't want to waste my time with wishy-washy people. I don't want to waste my time with someone that says, oh, yeah, maybe I'll try it for a month. I don't think it's really going to work. No, I want to work with serious clients. I want to work with people who want to rocket launch their magic career and their business. People who want to put in the hard work necessary to become a success in their magic business. People who are willing to sacrifice the time necessary to become a success in the world of magic. It doesn't mean you need to work 24 hours a day, but it means you need to make sacrifices. People that are looking for strategies to increase the effectiveness in their business. In my private success coaching program, the main benefits of coaching to the recipient, let's look at them by the numbers. 84% of people generate improvements in the individual performance, their targets, and their goals. Do you think you could benefit and be in that 84%? 60% increased openness to personal learning and development. 58% helped identify solutions to specific work-related issues. 52% greater ownership and responsibility. 42% developing self-awareness. That's by the numbers. Let me just tell you by the facts. As your coach, I'm going to help you transform your current marketing efforts into a compelling strategy that attracts the type of customers that you want, the kind of shows that you want, and the kind of projects you do best. Because guess what? That's how I run my business. You don't want to be the magician that has to book every single show that comes in. You want to be the magician that books the kind of shows that you want. You want to audition those customers as much as they are auditioning you and price shopping for you right now. You want to be auditioning them. You want to be qualifying them to work with you. You'll implement a marketing plan that brings in a consistent flow of shows and bookings so you avoid the feast or famine cycle that so many magicians in our business get stuck in. It's either all coming in or it's a complete famine. You'll attract more businesses and have to do less selling by learning how to sell better. I'll help you sharpen your selling skills, overcome resistance to sales, and organize your effort so that prospects don't slip through your fingers. As your coach, I'm going to help you develop a pipeline filled with prospects wanting to book your show through techniques in lead generation, in sales, in your sales strategies, in your mailings. Understand how to qualify prospects. Create a system for following through on your leads and referrals, learning how to then follow up with them. I'll help you create strategies for breaking into new markets, for how to get past the gatekeepers in those markets. And as a result, you're going to close those bookings more easily and effectively. As your coach, I'm going to help you develop better time management skills and help you learn how to master your own time for maximum efficiency and to reduce the feeling of being overwhelmed. You're going to learn how to schedule time to get things done, to cut down on interruptions, and to deal with information overload. You'll discover how to stop procrastinating, eliminate habits and patterns that, let's be honest, are keeping you from being most effective. And you'll develop goals and priorities and a regular schedule, which will help you stay on top of everything. As a result, you're going to manage your time and you're going to get things done. I want to get back to the magic. I want you to get back to the magic. I'm going to help you strategically plan while consulting with you to create your business vision. Every business, big or small, needs that number one rocket launching strategy, a plan and a roadmap to help them get there. I'm going to help you with that. Once that's developed, it's going to be easier and faster to make your goals a reality. And I can promise that you can go on without that plan, but it's going to take you a whole lot longer to achieve it. Let me cut that time in half, in a quarter, by helping you develop this plan. I'm not working with people that I don't know. We speak the same language. I am a professional magician. You are a professional magician. Chances are I've worked with someone else in 7 years of coaching that has had the same problems as you've had. This isn't my first rodeo. I'm going to help you develop a plan quicker, and you're going to achieve your goals faster. You'll view your business from a big picture perspective on the outside of that comfort zone instead of being on the inside of the picture. It's hard to focus on what's really going on in the picture when you're in the middle of it, and you really can't see that frame when you're inside it. Once you learn how to get that fresh perspective, you're going to be able to make the decisions easily, and you're going to be able to concentrate on what's most important, getting back to the magic. Get back to the magic. That little kid growing up in Scotch Plains, New Jersey, named Brad, that started out at age 5, that thrived on magic at age 10, that dreamt of becoming a professional magician, that was able to see his dreams coming true, tour the world, multiple world tours for 6 consecutive years on 5 continents, thousands upon thousands of shows, living his dream. That's what we want to get you to do. Whatever your dream is, let's make your dream a reality, and let's get you back to the magic. As you already know, I present seminars on the web, like right now, phone, and live and in person. And I close all my presentations with a simple, but what I think is a profound thought. Do what you love, and love what you do. I want to help you love what you do, and I want to show you the secret of never having to work another day in your life. And it's called loving what you do. When you love your work, it becomes a passion. It's not a job any longer. I want to help you, and I want to offer you a free 30-minute coaching session. If you go to www.bradcoachme.com, there is an application there for a free coaching session. I'm giving you 30 minutes of my time without any guarantee that you and I are going to work together, without any monetary exchange, without any pressure. It's a simple application. I'll review your application and I'll immediately know if you're a candidate for my success coaching program. I'll respond to you in 24 hours to you submitting the application. When you go to bradcoachme.com, this is what the page looks like, and there's the button right there. It's 4th down on that list, new application, free consultation. Fill that out. At the very least, filling that application out, even if you were to never consider coaching and you only spend those 30 minutes with me, you will have more motivation and you will have a better, clear plan of action as to what you can be doing to get ahead in your business than if you sit here and say, yeah, I'll get around to filling that application out. Guess what? When all of my 6 spots, my new 6 coaching spots are filled, that will not be available anymore. I will not be taking on any more coaching clients because it won't be fair to my coaching clients. I only have time to work with my coaching clients, 15 people, because that allows me to work a few days a week with them and then spend the rest of my week working on my own business. Go to bradcoachme.com, fill out that application, and do not delay on this. I want to share with you one more case study, an actual person, 21-year-old. I don't care where you're from, how old you are, what your experience is, how long you've been in the business, and again, how old you are. This sharp 21-year-old named Perry Yan from San Francisco, California, recognized the importance at the age of 21, young, brand new, very fresh into the business. He recognized the importance to get help where he needed it. And he is now years ahead of his competition in San Francisco, some of whom have been in the magic and entertainment business for 20 plus years. He also was the second place winner at the It Factor Live Marketer of the Year contest in 2012. He said, I've been working with Brad for over a year now, and he has changed almost every aspect of my business. From my business card to my website redesign, sales letters, the copy, my phone script, and all of these different marketing elements that help position me in the market. As a result, I've been able to charge a lot more for my gigs and book a lot more gigs very easily without haggling, a problem that Perry had prior. I really don't think the coaching is an expense. I think of it as an investment because every time I talk with Brad, he gives me golden nuggets. And each time I take action on them, I find a huge return on investment. This is a 21-year-old speaking, guys. The coaching pays for itself. If you ever get the chance to work with Brad, I would highly, highly recommend it. If you've noticed a pattern with all of these case studies, all of these clients that have worked with me, and there's many more that we don't have time to share tonight, but they all say the coaching pays for itself. The coaching is a huge return on investment. And they all say the same thing. If you get a chance to work with Brad, I would highly recommend it. I don't ask them to say that. I haven't paid them or prompted them to say that. But there's a coincidence. Success leaves clues. There's a commonality. They all recommend it because they've all achieved results. Each one of these people that I've shared with you, from people that are 65 and 70 years old to 21-year-old Perry Yan, across the board, they've immersed themselves, they've worked with me, and we've achieved great success. Now, if you're thinking that I'm going to wave some magic wand or give you a magic pill to make you a success, we don't have to continue the conversation. But if you truly want to achieve great results in your business and live the life you want and see your dreams come true, then you need to take advantage of my private success coaching program. Again, visit bradcoachme.com. Write that down. Visit there right now while you're listening. Open it up in another window on your browser. Whatever is going to help you remember it. But once those 6 spots are gone in the coaching program, that's it. I won't be accepting any new clients. Chances are until next year, because I have a lot of things going on with building this brand new show. So again, it's bradcoachme.com. And fill out that coaching application. Now, sure, you can come back in a week after thinking about whether you need this or not. But I'm almost certain that you're going to get distracted. You're not going to have the momentum you feel right now, and this opportunity is going to slip away. Statistics show that successful people act quickly. Once I fill these 6 spots, the coaching program is closed. That's not a sales hype. It's just the way it is. Don't let another week, month, or year slip through your fingers so easily again. You know that something is not quite right in your business. That's why you're watching right now. It's why you're participating. So now is your chance to fix it. Before another chunk of your life, your energy and your potential profits get washed away due to a hazy focus on your targets. Don't get left out in the rain without a ride. Don't miss out. I'll be accepting new coaching client applications immediately. It's all there at bradcoachme.com. And remember, only 6 spots are available. Right now, I'm going to answer some questions for folks. And it looks like 5 spots are available. Danny Hamill in Toronto says, I'm in. I'm going to take one of your spots. All right. Awesome, Danny. So, folks, 5 spots are available. Danny, still make sure you fill out that coaching application so I've got a better perspective as far as what your business is like, as I would encourage everyone to do, to fill out that coaching application. Now's your time, guys. Christopher Cool says you're interested. Awesome. Filling it out now, too. Guys, it looks like we might only have 4 coaching spots available, which is extraordinary. That's what I love to see. People who are taking action. People who see the results in front of them from my past. Look, these aren't people, they've become friends, but these are not people that I put up to giving me these testimonials. These are people that came to me, not knowing me, wanting to work with me, seeing the results I got other people, and wanting to achieve similar results, and they're achieving them. They have achieved them. And the best part is that they're doing it on their own now. Each of these case studies are people that worked with me for a period of time, whether a handful of months, 6 months, or a year and a half, or whatever it is. And they're doing it on their own. My goal as a coach is not to have you coach with me forever. My goal is to provide you the tools, to give you the knowledge, the training, and to help you get on your way. Once you're on your way and you have those tools and training, you're going to be able to do it on your own, and you don't need me there working with you every single week because you're going to be able to do it on your own. Perry Ann is doing it on his own right now. Dave Jeffers and Kathleen are doing it on their own. They're booking a ton of shows. Jason Michaels is doing it on his own. Leon Etienne is doing it on his own. Jim Barron is doing it on his own. All these guys, they worked with me and they're doing it. They're living their dreams. They are running successful magic businesses that they're proud of. But that's not where they started. They started, chances are, where you are, struggling and knowing that something wasn't quite right. Well, I want to work with you guys, and I want to help you. I want to help you achieve those goals, and I want to help you work in your business so that you can live the life of your dreams, so that you can do what you love and love what you do. Yes, Harold, I did get your coaching application. We will get that all set up. I see that came in there, and we will get that set up. I know, Harold, you're in Sweden. I got that, and so we do have to work out the time difference and figure out. We'll probably do that over Skype. So, Harold, we will, again, do that. I'm sorry. Totally sorry. Norway. I'm sorry. I don't know why I thought Sweden. Norway. Very, very sorry about that. Did not mean to misplace you. But yes, I will email you directly, Harold, about that, and we'll set up a Skype 30-minute session for you. All right. Any other questions, guys? This is your opportunity. We are just here at the 90-minute mark, so I don't want to take up too much of your time. You guys have been very generous. I appreciate you being with me here this evening and spending some time on this Monday evening of your summer. I feel very lucky that I got to spend some time with all of you, and my goal for this evening was to provide you with some tools and some knowledge that you can take. Whether you take me up on the opportunity to have a 30-minute session or not, it's totally up to you. At the very least, I hope I've been able to provide you with some value this evening and provide you with the ability to be a little bit more motivated and to hopefully have had some light bulbs go off in your mind. And if I've done that, then I've achieved my own goal for this evening. Harold says, inspirational for me, very good webinar. Rick says, can you give us a basic idea of costs? Rick, we have a couple different packages that we offer. We have a month-to-month coaching package, and then we have a 6-month package, which offers a discount if you book 6 months of coaching up front. And then we have a year of coaching, which also has another discount if you book a year up front. And I'll tell you all about that when you give a call when we talk on our 30-minute consultation. And so I can tell you about the discounts that apply and explain what is included in more detail for you. So the best thing to do, Rick, is fill out the coaching application there, set it up with me, and again, most of you, I'll be able to set up your coaching time for sometime this week with you. I'll email you back with some coaching times that I'll be available that are hopefully mutually agreeable to us once I've reviewed your application and have a little bit more knowledge as far as what you're looking to accomplish. And the coaching application, guys, it's kind of like also an audition for me to just be able to see if where you are in your business right now warrants coaching. Sometimes someone might fill out their coaching application and they might say to me, Brad, I have A, B, C, D going on, and that might not be something that I'm able to help you with. And I'm going to be totally honest. I'm not going to coach someone that I don't feel I can help get results. So the only way for me to know if we are going to be a match in coaching is for you to fill out that application, for you to get clear about what you want, and for me to review it and see if we can match together and we can mesh well together. Because obviously we have to work together. Since we're going to be working on a weekly basis, I have to make sure I'm going to be able to help you in where your areas are. And if it's an area that I don't have experience in, I'm not going to take you on as a coaching client because that would only result in negative results. And I only want to help people that I can, I'm selfish. I only want to help people that I know I can give them positive results. And you should be happy about that too, which means if I know I can't help you, you're not going to have to waste any money or time with me because I'm not going to help you. But those of you, when I review your applications and when we talk in that 30-minute session, I'm going to learn more about what you're doing. And chances are I have worked with someone who's experienced your situation and has experienced your challenges, which means that if that is the case, I know for a fact that I will be able to help you get to where you are going. And it's very rare that someone approaches me and I'm unable to help them, or I tell them I don't feel like we would be able to work together because I have no idea what you're talking about. So feel confident that in 7 years I've coached a lot of people, and I've seen a lot of situations, and I've helped a lot of people through ups and downs, which is good. It's good for you because each time I coach someone else, it helps everybody in that's coaching with me because we all learn together. The other thing to remind everybody of is to, if you are interested in this, I would highly suggest filling this out this evening. If you put this off to the side, chances are you're going to forget about it. So I would highly suggest filling out the coaching application this evening while it's fresh on your mind, and you don't just let it fizzle away and sit to the side. Again, Harold says I fill out the question first, or you contact me. Yes, Harold, you did fill out the question, so I got that already. I will contact you. So we already have the coaching application that you had filled out the other day, and I will contact you tomorrow, or actually this evening. I could probably contact you and set up a time for us to speak. Again, that's the same for everybody. As I receive the applications in, I'll review them. Please be patient with me. I will get back to you guys in 24 hours. But I'll review them, and then I'll basically give you some times I'm available, and then you select which time would work well for you, and we will get you guys all set up and scheduled in. So final call for any other questions here this evening. Last call for questions. Oh, and I almost forgot. While you guys are typing in your final questions, we are going to have our contest for our 3 power-packed, value-packed prizes, which I have got sitting over here on the desk. They've got some real value to them, and I am going to show you. Let's advance here to the next slide, if we will. And tonight we are giving away some gifts. Of course, the Wheel of Life coach assessment and the worksheet, as well as the Write Your Own Success Story, can be downloaded at this web address, tinyurl.com. / and keep in mind, guys, this address, coach, tool, and 2013, it's all capitals, and there is a hyphen in between coach and tool. Coach, all capitals, hyphen, tool, dash 2013, and you'll be able to download the free gifts that everyone receives. And I'm going to be giving away a book to 3 lucky people this evening. 3 free book contests. 3 copies for grabs. Now, here's how we're going to do this. I used to do it the old school method of putting it, I still call it my Dove Pan of Luck. I used to cut everyone's names up that have been on the webinar, but unfortunately, we had a lot of people register late tonight, and so I don't want to exclude those people from the contest. So instead of using just the cut up names from the registrations that came in up until about 7 o'clock tonight, we're going to do it a little bit differently, and I'm going to have you guys type in a magic keyword into the question box, and I'm going to give a keyword and a number, so that whoever says, for example, don't type this in, but whoever says the word Brad and is the third person to say it is going to win. We're going to do something like that. Don't type that in yet, okay? So, yes, Christopher, cool. Drum roll. Where are the sound effects? Christopher, man, thanks for reminding me. Where's my drum roll here? There we go, sound effects. When I'm not doing a webinar with David Farr, it's difficult because I'm doing everything on my own here, so I can't do all my fun sound effects. So here is, we'll do the drum rolls for these though. So here it is. The 7th person to type in the word commitment. Ready, set, go! Drum roll. Commitment is the word. Commitment is the word. All right. Okay, you guys can stop typing. Let me count up here. Here we go. Commitment. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6... 7, Rick DeLung. I hope I'm saying your last name right. You are the first winner. Number 7, Rick DeLung. I hope, again, if I'm not saying that right, please correct me. Rick, here's what I need you to do. Drop me an email to brad@makemagicmoney.com with your mailing address, and I will send you your copy of Discover and Unleash Your Magical Power, Turn Any Dream into a Reality. Again, send me an email to brad@makemagicmoney.com. Okay, second copy of the book. Let's think of another word here. Let's see, what did we talk about? One of the things that we talked about here this evening is the importance of single tasking. So the 10th person to type in single tasking, go. All right, single tasking. It's a little bit of a longer word, makes it harder for you guys to go. Here we go. Let's check this out. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Jim Fitzsimmons, you are the 10th person to type in single tasking. Jim Fitzsimmons, congratulations, my friend. How about a little round of applause for Jim? There you go, buddy. So, Jim, do me a favor. Send me an email. Again, to brad@makemagicmoney.com with your physical mailing address. We'll get this book shipped off to you tomorrow. And finally, we are going to give you one more word, and I am going to choose the... Let's see, I toured for 6 consecutive years with Disney, so I want the 6th person, Mickey. The word is Mickey, M-I-C-K-E-Y, M-I-C-K-E-Y-M-O-U-S-E. You get bonus points if you type in mouse. Mickey is the word. All right, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 is Wesley Newman. You are the winner, the third and final winner of Discover and Unleash Your Magical Power. So Wesley Newman, I'm not sure if you pronounce it Wesley or Wesley, whichever one you prefer, sir, but go ahead and drop me an email to brad@makemagicmoney.com with your physical mailing address, and I will send you a copy of the Discover and Unleash Your Magical Power book, which you guys will definitely enjoy. It is a book that I've been selling now, I think, since 2008 was when I first created it, but it's all about using mind power, envisioning, really helping set your goals up for success, and using a lot of different key strategies that I've used in my coaching program, that I do use in my coaching program. So those 3 winners, congratulations to you guys, and thank you everybody else. A big round of applause for participating and trying it with us this evening. All right, let me just scroll up here. I don't think we had any more questions. Looks like we are done. Well, that is going to wrap us up for this evening. If you guys do have any more questions, please feel free. Email Wesley again is brad@makemagicmoney.com. brad@makemagicmoney.com. And we will get that out to you there, Wesley. You're welcome. That is it for tonight, guys. I want to thank you for joining us. I hope that you, again, have learned a ton this evening. There's the website, bradcoachme.com. It was 6 spots, but it's looking like my 2 Canadian friends, Danny up there in, I think, Quebec area, and Christopher, who I think is in Manitoba, if I'm not correct. Christopher, cool, maybe Toronto. But my 2 Canadians are taking me up, so it looks like we are going to only have 4 coaching spots left. So to work with me one-on-one, please, again, visit bradcoachme.com. I thank you again, guys, for joining me tonight. It's been a privilege to work with you. And definitely, I look forward to keeping in touch with you guys, learning of your successes. And again, any questions, drop me an email, shoot me an email on Facebook. And I would love it if you guys would share your feedback on our Facebook fan page, which is facebook.com/makemagicmoney. Again, facebook.com/makemagicmoney. There was lots of people that didn't get to join us here tonight. So share one of your big takeaways on the Make Magic Money page. And if you guys share something on our Facebook fan page, again at facebook.com/makemagicmoney, I will Facebook email you a extra cool gift, digital download of something. So you got to go on to facebook.com/makemagicmoney to share your big takeaway from tonight's webinar. And that's going to wrap us up, guys. Have a wonderful evening. I look forward to seeing some of you guys at Cadabra, the Cadabra Conference in Pigeon Forge, Tennessee, coming up in a couple weeks. And then hopefully we'll see some of you guys at Magic Live in Vegas the week after that. And until then, I'm Brad Ross for BradCoachMe.com, MakeMagicMoney.com, and ItFactorLive.com saying do what you love and love what you do. Thanks a lot for being here, guys. Take care.